we back again for a much anticipated track. Um, as my face cam goes. Um, got JID with 2007, and I think that this is an outro track for the new album. Forever Story, coming out this Friday, which is crazy. I know I lagged behind a few days. This thing came out 3 days ago. I should have been on it. Just been busy. But I mean, you always busy. You just gotta make time. So that's my bad. But back again. JID 2007. Um, this looks like, just off the length, that this is about to be kind of a story, kind of, multiverse story kind of track. You know, Drake kind of is famous for these, but it's more in a diary kind of sense where he's just talking about his experiences. I think you see some of this obviously from people like Kendrick, Cole sometimes, Logic with like Under Pressure, but those, and like Kendrick again with like Sing About Me, those kind of tracks. I'm not expecting necessarily something of that caliber. Not that JID is not capable of that, but I think this definitely looks like it could be good. And I guess apparently it is an outro track for the album. Um, but yeah, let's just get into it. Enough of the intro. This is already gonna be a long video, and yeah, let's go. Actually, wait. Let me. I saw this message. He posted this on Instagram to promote the song. Just want to read it real quick. I I read some of it. Hey, what's good, yo? As we draw near to the Forever Story, I want to give insight on the process of trying to put together a solid body of work. Initially, I wanted to create an album that serves as an origin story and speaks to who I am and what I came from. This song has been in the works for 2 years and was supposed to be an outro on the album. Okay, as I said, things didn't work out, but this story is too pertinent on the picture we want to paint. This has been the heaviest project for me to make, and I take pride in my vulnerability that came in the midst of creation. Okay, so that kind of gets me hyped. I mean, he's just talking about the process of making this album. It seems like he's dove deep into himself and his history and things like that to create this album, which sounds like we're gonna get a great album. Um, but yeah, I mean, it seems like for some reason maybe things with the label, they didn't make allow him to just like release this on the album. He needed to release it as a single for some reason. But yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, 2007, cold drop to come up. I was in high school playing corner. I never dreamt of mumbling words in front of hundreds. Studying plays all summer. I hit the league if my growth spurt coming on my mama. 2009, bro dropped the warm up. I was in warm ups playing Wheezy and you me little dragon flame breathing the weed. Patrick had the studio dorm room next to me. I freestyled over his beats. My nigga Keys transferred in from Tennessee. He's a receiver. I play DB like a keep. Snatch a nigga chain to leave. Talib Kweli, I could be lyrically, but I put on cleats, scribble lines going through my mind like.
Ooh. Hey, this just sounds like it's gonna be amazing, to be honest. Like the beat, I like the beat, like the kind of kids chanting kind of beat. It kind of reminds me of even though it's not really, doesn't necessarily sound exactly the same, but the Drake 7 a.m. on Bridal Path, because that kind of sounds like a chanting kind of thing. But yeah, this is cool. Just again, as I said, I think he's talking about just his history, and I mean, as he says on this little cover art here, 2007, Cole dropped the come up. I was in high school playing corner, so I guess bro played football in high school, studying plays all summer. Football. Never dreamt of mumbling words in front of hundreds. Then again, 2009, bro dropped the warm up. I was in warm ups playing Yeezy, um, you know, game warm ups for football or whatever. Patrick Patrick had the studio dorm room next to me, so bro's in college, dorm room studio. I can kind of relate to that. Um, just making beats, but he's a receiver. I play DB like Akib. Akib Talib is a famous DB in the NFL. but snatch a person chain to leave. Um, to leave Kweli is like I think a woman rapper. She was, she was I think on Good Music because she was on Kanye's early stuff like the College Dropout and stuff like that. I could be lyrically, but I put on cleats. So like her, he said, because she obviously is a musician. He said I could be lyrically, but I put on cleats. He chose to play sports instead. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's keep going.
Like a paper piece, while in cover 3 playing nickel doing safety reads. Watch the flats. I can rap, but I'd rather tackle and pedal back. Get a pick when my growth spurt hit. I'ma be captain, and I was around 2010, no cap. I got freshman player of the year and figured I was on track. This nigga Pat been in my ear talking about rhyming on tracks. So after practice we recorded, then we got it on wax. And on campus I heard about a couple rappers from Atlanta. Said them niggas be snapping, maybe we could make something happen and shit. I wasn't serious enough to even be curious, and we lose like every game, so every day I be furious. So the spirit of a nigga had changed to the point I had to reframe and focus my skills for other things. I took the steering wheel, I'm steering in other lanes, but my fuel on low and my oil need to be changed. Amongst all the other shit that's going in my brain, my brother got out of jail, I only know him by name. He did a nickel and a dime, and time probably be staying with my mama and dad, probably get mad acting lame sometimes. Look, the sideline story came out September 2011. Eve said around that time,
we was hunting for a record under lots of pressure. Just combine the leverage with a better effort. You can find a sound and get us out the underground forever.
Maybe you can bless a little brown effervescent kid.
This is crazy, man. Is this the Eve guy that J. Cole always like reference on his tracks? That's cool, man. But yeah, I mean, this is just like storyline flows, just describing his come up. Like really this embodies like this message he has on the single cover here, like just talking about his come up, his come to fruition. But yeah, I mean, he's talking about he got freshman of the year in college. He was focused on football. But then the dude Pat, the same guy with the studio dorm, he's talking about rhyming on tracks, trying to coax him, to get into rap. Trying to pursue that. After practice, they did it. He wasn't serious about it, and then he realized, like they were losing every game. He's like, yeah, maybe I need to start focusing on other things. And then he kind of metaphorically puts it, I took the steel wheel steering in other lanes, so he's taking control kind of like of his life, sort of, I guess, maybe. But he's saying, but my fuel on low and my oil needs to be changed. He's saying like he needs to refocus what he's doing, like what he's doing right now. The football isn't working. Brother got out of jail. I only know him by name. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, and then I think he had the couple of lines before about the this nickel and dime stuff. While I covered 3 playing nickel, doing safety reads, watching the flats. That's all like football talk. 3 is like a defensive play scheme, and nickel, same thing, safety reads, watch the flats. Flats is like a certain part of the field where receivers go, and you gotta watch them. Yeah, I mean, this is just telling the story. The Sideline Story came out September of 2011. Great album, by the way. Kind of J. Cole's one of his early stuff that he dropped, along with Warm Up, Come Up, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know about this Eve dude. I want to see how he flows.
Youngest of 7 from the 6-8 section, section 80 drop. Yeah,
you can find a sound and get us out the underground forever.
Maybe you can bless a little brown effervescent kid. Youngest of 7 from
under lots of pressure. Just combine the leverage with a better effort. You can find a sound and get us out the underground forever.
Maybe you can bless a little brown effervescent kid. Youngest of 7 from the 6-8 section, section 80 drop. Yeah, we used to play that shit to death, and if I recollect correct, you tried to sign find them for yourself. All the while I was round my out of town college wildin' out. Restaurants destined dine and dash and call it dining out. Fucking bitches supposed to be in class, but I was hiding out. My friends take a little shot, smoke a lot of cannabis. Coolest nigga on the campus. Now niggas skipping practices and acting like a rock star. Going from in the dorm to in the car, leaving the football field. But fuck that, we still sorry. And the problem from the home front. On my home screen calling me, I don't want to answer. My brother Carl hit me, said my granny had cancer. I'm supposed to graduate and make my way back to Atlanta, no job, no money or nothing from ballin', because between that and school, that was really all. And maybe here's the back that broke the camel with the straw. I wasn't on camera with them amateurs that they saw, but they said they still caught me and my dog stealing boxes like Craig on his day off. Called us in the office day before we post a walk up. Called a squad car, a couple officers. I knew bro was finna tell, he was looking nauseous. Now I'm sitting in the cell, nigga double crossed us. Crossed me off the list for scholarship because I lost it. No more football, my red shirt, senior season exhausted. So I'm off it and I'm right back in Atlanta with a half a gram of weed in a gold Pontiac that my granny had bought for me. I was sleeping in the back, my dad kicked me in the streets. When he saw my neck tatted, then I told him I was rapping for school, no going back. He said, if I cannot follow his rules, just going back. Told you he be acting lame sometimes.
Wow, that's just incredible. I mean, obviously, like with these type of tracks, you're not gonna get crazy bars, but I mean, JID still gives you some, of course, because he's just skilled like that. And I mean, obviously, he's known for just having the crazy flows. It seems like he just said F all that. Let me just tell my story, which is like you gotta respect that, because I mean, like sometimes it's just like the weight of that kind of necessitates that you just take a normal kind of just clean cut approach. Like let me just kind of more like a spoken word kind of way of putting things instead of just crazy flows and all that. But yeah, I mean he's just talking about how he kind of drifted away from football and school and then just ended up kind of got in trouble, wrong people, doing wrong things kind of thing. But yeah, there was this one part I want to touch on. So Eve, obviously he comes on, I guess I don't know if he's like the one of the heads at Dreamville, I'm assuming. He said we was hunting for a record under lots of pressure, combined leverage with better effort. You could find a sound to get us out the underground forever. So yeah, they're just hungry. They're just trying to find a way. I mean, J. Cole obviously at that time is like on the come up, but they're just trying to find a way to get out of the underground. So he's like, so JD's like, maybe you can bless a little brown effervescent kid. Don't even know what that means. Youngest of 7 from the 8 sections. So he's talking about Atlanta, but he's saying there's 8 sections. I'm assuming because you got zone 1, 2, 3, 4, stuff like that, and in Atlanta. But he was the youngest of 7 in his family, so that's just a little number scheme. But then he says section 80 dropped. Yeah, he used to play that shit for to death. And if you notice, they started playing the beat from I think it's from High Power. Yeah, that album was insane. But that mixtape from Kendrick, one of the most underrated mixtapes I think in rap in general, like the last 15 years, 20 years. But yeah, they played that instrumental out a little bit, and you're just talking about they care less about football, skipping practices, got caught stealing boxes or something like that. Called us in the office day before we were supposed to walk. I don't know if he means walk like graduation or what. So then he said, I know bro was gonna tell. He was looking nauseous. People snitching on him. Got lost his scholarship. Now he's back in Atlanta, kind of like where he started, like just without anything. Just kind of crazy, but yeah. Dad kicked me in the streets when he saw my neck tatted. Then I told him I was rapping. So yeah, his dad was not happy with him. But yeah, this is going crazy, man. This is like a great outro track. It's stupid if the label's gonna make him not. But I mean, he's signed a Dreamville, so I mean, I don't think they're gonna give him any problems. I'm not sure, but I mean, this better be on the album.
This is my son. He came from these nuts. This Negro come back from school all tatted up like the Sistine Chapel.
Bruh.
Talking about he ain't playing football no more because he know he ain't going pro. He left on a full scholarship to go to school and get a degree because we taught education was the #1 thing. Anyway, he came back determined to do what he was determined to do, and I know because he is who he is, we taught him, hey, whatever you do, put your full self into it, so he did that. Anyway, He's back home, I ain't with that. So I'm saying, hey, you got to go to work. And he's saying, hey, this is my job, what I'm about to do. So I'm like, hey, man, sometimes you got to work to do what you really want to do. We went through this whole brain wrestle. But anyway, he won. He decided that, hey, Dad, I'm putting this thing, I'm doing this. This is my job. And he committed to it. And hey, the rest is history. I'm looking at him. I believe in him. I know what was in him. All him and his brothers and sisters, they all got the same mindset. Do your best, give 100%, or don't do it at all. So I know whatever he put his all into, it was gonna be golden. Anyway,
Look,
Before JID goes off, that was pretty cool. I mean, I guess that's his dad. He says on the, or someone narrating for his dad, I don't know, but it says on the credits Carl Rout Jr. So that makes sense because I think he referenced Carl in his, or no, that's his brother, I think, because I think he referenced him in the first verse talking about his brother. But I mean, he said this myself. I'm assuming this is dad, but anyways, he's just telling the story from his perspective, talking about being annoyed that his son threw all of his football kind of and school accolades away just to kind of pursue something else. But yeah, I mean, he kind of just, he said like JID was just fighting for it, and he kind of eventually just let him because he knew he was gonna put 100% into it. So that's what's up, you know. Seems like his dad is pretty cool,
March
pretty
10th,
knowledgeable.
2017, the Never story dropped, and I'm coming off a tour with. That was
Whoa.
3 years after opening up for Ab Soul, but his Earth Gang set. I only came to do a song. Doe Burger used to say, hey bro, this little nigga cold. Keep on doing what you doing, you gon' make it, you gon' blow. I ain't know they said that went ahead and played my shit for Cole, but I knew he knew the gang, and he pulled up to a show, and then that's where we first met, but I ain't think of it no more. Till said Brown said that I should open up for Omen on my own shit if I want it. Only 4 cities, maybe we get Rob Gibbs on the phone in. I got to hone in the game, grown men uncomfortable in their own skin, but all I wanted was a chance. It feel like I'm in the mannequin challenge. Still stands, but I'm still standing. Till my nigga lent a hand and I'm no longer stranded, looking for strength in the streets of the Atlanta. Mama said don't take advice, they gon' try and take advantage. I was about to sign with Coach K, I ain't take the advance. Cole say hold on, wait bro, I got the plan, so come on. Damn little nigga, come on. Shit, let's roll.
Yo,
We got Cole.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, Jid, I remember you came to the crib. Remember this after we had met, and I told you and Earth Gang to pull up to the crib in Carolina. It's the studio house. I wasn't on no shit like, yo, I'm trying to do some Dreamville shit with y'all now. There wasn't no talking, no deal. I didn't even know if I wanted to sign niggas. I just knew y'all was dope. I fuck with you. Just pull up, let's see what the vibe is like, let's work. In my mind, if something happened, it happened. If not, then cool, niggas just got a chance to link and kick it. But while we was there, the thing that I noticed off rip, I said, oh, this nigga want it. This nigga really want it. That look in your eye, nigga, I know that look. I know that look too well. But a lot of niggas want it. The thing I notice about you, my nigga, off rip, this nigga don't just want it, he willing to do the work that it takes to get it. And that's the difference. That's the separator. That's the difference between the niggas that never get what they want and the niggas whose names ring out forever. Forever.
Oh, bro, that was beautiful, man. Like this, that's obviously like an outro kind of like, you know, a little verse, if you want to call it, like a little, you know, message at the end from Cole, like that. You know, him saying forever at the end, like that gotta be the outro on the album, man. I don't know what he meant by like the message, if it's not gonna be outro, but it better be, man. That was too good, man. And I mean, J. Cole was just talking about like, I mean, there's nothing really to break down. I know a lot of time I break down stuff that don't really need to be broken down, but it's just like, you know, how they linked up, how they met. He's just saying he wasn't even on trying to sign them. He was just let's vibe and see what happens. He was like on a really kind of organic kind of thing. Whatever happens, happens. And he was just saying he noticed, this dude was willing to do the work to get it. That's the difference. That's the separator. Like he said, is that like he was not just wanting it. He knew and was eating, and was, willing to do the work to get it. But yeah, that was beautiful outro from Cole. The second verse from JID was pretty cold. Pretty cold. I think he started to like turn up the kind of speed at which he was talking, obviously, and the sample was insane. And he was just talking about from the Never story kind of onward. He was on tour with I don't know whose name that was bleeped out, and just talking about how different people who was trying to put him on said Brown, Doberger, I don't know who that is, Rob Gibbs. He was just saying all I wanted was a chance to feel like I'm in a mannequin challenge, still stance, but I'm still standing till my lend a hand and I'm no longer stranded. So he was just saying like he kind of felt stuck, I guess, and needed someone to like lend a hand out because he just wanted a chance. Mama said don't take advice, they gonna try and take advantage. I was about to sign with Coach K. I ain't take the advance. That's that's interesting. That's crazy. I mean, Coach K. I don't know if he means in a Duke way or someone else. Like in terms of like sports, that's only Coach K I really know. But and then he just said, yeah. Cole said, hold on, wait, I got the plan. So come on, let's roll. Like that's tough, man. That's tough. Shout out to Cole, man. I mean, as they say, and the rest kind of was history. So yeah, this was 2007. I know I went kind of overboard. I mean, the song itself is 7 minutes, so it was gonna be a long reaction. But yeah, this was really cold, man. Really cold. This got me excited for the album. I feel like if this is the outro, this is the quality we're getting in the outro. And this is the kind of storytelling we're getting in the outro. I think the album's gonna be very good. I'm definitely gonna do a full album reaction, or I'm gonna try my best to. Yeah, this got me really excited, man. I mean, shout out to Cole, shout out to JID. Forever Story looks like, I think it's definitely gonna be his best album by far, or at least definitely his best. But yeah, let's just wait and see. And yeah, man, JID, man, this one was great. 2007. Catch you all in the next one. Peace out.